Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in the state of Pennsylvania. We're currently in the township of Richland in Pennsylvania. We're going to be doing a virtual tour of a small neighborhood here in Richland Township, PA. So we're about, I would say, less than a mile away from my desired destination. On my left-hand side, off away from the street side, you may see homes. Richland Township is a township in Cambria County, Pennsylvania, United States. The population as of 2010 was 12,814 residents. And this is a part of the Johnstown, Pennsylvania Metropolitan Statistical Area. We're traveling about 20 miles an hour. I'm going below the speed limit. We're on Theater Drive, passing Electra Drive. You can see the woods on my right hand side, aka the sticks. On my left hand side, there's homes. They're, I would say, 30 to 40 feet away from the street side, hence why you probably can't see much. We're approaching Scalp Ave. It's about 50 degrees right now. Today's high is supposed to be 64, around there, in the mid 60s. We're now approaching Scalp Ave. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on Scalp Ave. We're at the intersection of Scalp Ave and Theater Drive. We're about a block or so away from the little neighborhood that I would like to show you guys. Richland Township is located in southwestern Cambria County and is bordered by Somerset County. The borough of Geistown is along the northwestern edge of the township, and the borough of Scalp Level is on township's southern border. The boroughs are separate from the township. So there's a variety of boroughs around here, and then you have Richland Township. Nearby, you have US Route 219, which is a 4-lane expressway, which runs through the township, leading northeast 17 miles to Ebensburg, the county seat, and southwest 25 miles to Somerset, Pennsylvania, Route 56. The Johnstown Expressway leads 5 miles from US 219 to the center of Johnstown. So they're all within this neck of the woods. There's coal mines nearby. That's the trucks that just went by, those trucks. Here's another one. They tend to transport coal from point A to point B. Not far from us, behind us, I would say probably less than a mile, you have the University of Pittsburgh, located in Johnstown. It's a college campus. So we're gonna merge right because we're gonna be taking a right-hand turn shortly on Terrelin Drive. Right now we're on Scalp Ave. From afar, I'm not sure if the camera does justice, but you can see the skyline. You see nothing but mountains, mountaintops, trees, forest, woods. It looks beautiful. All right, we're gonna make this right-hand turn here on Terrelin Drive. This is the little neighborhood that I wanted to show you guys. It's a small neighborhood, but it's fairly charming. Some of the houses are really nice. You can see the landscaping. The grass is still yellowish because we're working our way towards spring. I'm gonna slow down right here because I want to show you guys this house right here. Check out the house. You see the house? Really beautiful little house. Beautiful little property. Nice piece of land too. Fairly large footprint. So Richland Township serves as the central retail area for Johnstown and its 2-county metropolitan area. It is the location of the Johnstown Galleria also, which is the largest mall in the area. So we're at Terrelin Drive and Regal Drive. So these first few handful of houses we'll see, they're fairly normal sized. But as we get deeper into this little neighborhood, you got some pretty cool houses coming up. We have one-story homes on my right, one-story homes on my left. Then we got a two-story home. We have a gentleman on my right-hand side sitting out front of his property, sun basking, taking in some sun. We're approaching Dolphin Drive, traveling about 5 miles an hour. There's a sign on my right that reads Lost Cat. Last seen Lost Cat. This house on my left-hand side is pretty cool. Coming up right here, it's hidden behind the sticks. See it right here? It has a nice garage. Let's make this right-hand turn before we go any deeper. Check out that house right there. The house right here is pretty cool. The one in front of us, we'll probably end up passing again later. This one right here in front of us with the driveway, you see it? It has an Audi parked in the driveway. Pretty nice little property. So you have some unincorporated communities here in the Richland, PA area. We're not going to be able to cover all the communities or all of Richland, PA. It's a lot larger and would need more than a short period of time to document it. But you have Ingleside, Kring, number 37, Walsall, and so on. All right, we're on Centipede Drive. If I would have went left, it would have been private property. It looks like it goes towards somebody's driveway and their house. Some people around here have more acres of land than others. So these right here look a little bit more traditional, like the American Dream style of homes. Check it out, he's pressure washing his property. Getting it ready for the spring. Now's when people start spraying fertilizer and getting their lawns prepared for green, luscious grass. If I point down here, so some of these houses are really far off, but there's a house that's down there in the corner. You see right here, there's a driveway that goes straight to it. I don't know if you can see, there's a house down there on my left-hand side. I would say probably 40 yards away from the street side. So some people are closer to the street side than others. I see basketball courts and driveways. I see little trailers. We have a little play set coming up on my right-hand side. It's a little play set. Centipede. I'm gonna point the vehicle. I'm gonna use the vehicle as a tool, so I do apologize. You may see me do maneuvers like this, just so that you guys can get a look at the environment, because you can't turn your heads left, you can't turn your heads right. You're only relying on me to operate the camera. And right now, the camera is mounted fixed on my windshield. So there's only so much visibility that I can give you. So it's up to me to make these maneuvers. This house in front of us is nice. It's a brownstone home. Nice long driveway. Really nice little piece of properties. It's a quiet little oasis back here. We're gonna make this left-hand turn here, and then we're gonna see a road that we recently passed, which was the entrance road that we came on, but you're gonna get a chance to see the cross houses. So the demographics of this community as of the 2000 United States Census, there being 12,598 people. That consisted of 4,741 households and 3,133 families residing in the township. So if we go left, that's literally where we entered. If we go right, there's actually the little lost stray cat sign on my right-hand side. So we're gonna continue going straight. We're gonna cross over. We're driving on Regal Drive. We just passed Terrelin. So the total land of Richland is 20.59 square miles. Let's make this right on San Route. We could have kept going straight, but let's make this right. So this block is elevated versus the block we had on our right. We went through that block. That's actually at a lower level. This is at a higher elevation. I would probably say 20, 30 feet higher. So we're a little bit on the hillside. That's why you got all of the bushes and all that stuff on my right. So there's a little over 20 miles or square miles of land, and there's less than 0.03 square miles of water nearby in the area. So we're gonna continue with our journey. We can go straight. If we go left, it looks like more private property. We can go right, which would take us to the block that we originally started on. Let's go straight, just to knock this little area off. And then we can probably somehow, if we have to, make a U-turn and come around. But as you can see, there's plenty of vegetation, plenty of bushes, plenty of greenery, and it's not even really fully flourishing right now. It's still, the excess from winter, so a lot of the leaves are gone, the trees are naked. Look at here was the lost cat sign. Again, somebody lost their cat. Last seen around Theater Drive in Richland. What's his name? I can't see. I gotta move a little bit forward, ladies and gentlemen. Please forgive me. She's wobbles and has hard time walking. So they added an apostrophe S to she. Instead of just saying she wobbles and has a hard time walking, they put she's wobbles and has a hard time walking. It's a beautiful cat. White and black. Kind of reminds me of a cow. All right, we're gonna continue moving forward. Hopefully they have already found their cat, but they got those banners printed in color and fully laminated. So that's how you know that they love their cats. This house on my right is pretty nice too. I like the shutters. I like the brownstone brick. That's a really nice house. Nice garage. So if you want to get an idea of the racial makeup of the township, it was 97.13% white and or Caucasian, 0.78% African American, 0.10% Native American, 1.43% Asian, and 0.13% from other races. And then below that, you have 0.44% from 2 or more races, Hispanic or Latino. Of any race was 0.52% of the population. So we're at Terrelin Drive and Sanru Drive. I'm gonna make this right. We could keep on going straight, which there's more houses back there, but we're gonna make this right just so we can try to cover this area a little bit more. Maybe from the other POV, and then we'll come back up here. You got a nice place set in their yard on my right. Check that out. So if you got kids, look at the mountain tops. It's beautiful. Really, really beautiful. You don't see nobody hanging out. You don't see nobody soliciting. And most of the time, if people hang out around here, they hang out on their private property. So in their yards, on their porches, in their garages. You might see some kids riding around in the street. So Richland Township was founded in 1833. 1833. I like this house coming up on my right-hand side. I'm gonna make this wide turn so that you guys can see it. Check it out. This one, it has a yellow door. You see that? What I like about it is I like that awning. It looks presidential. It has the tall pillars. Nice big driveway. This one right here is nice too, coming up right in front of us. On my left-hand side, you see how it has the different shades of brownstone, and then it almost has kind of reminds me of like Dutch influence. You see those brown, I don't know what you would call them, but they stick out of the front of the facade or the facade. See where that cream tan color is at? Those brown beams. That reminds me of like Dutch for some reason. And it probably has nothing to do with Dutch, but it gives me that Dutch feel. They got a nice wooden garage door. Check out this house right here. This house has a really long driveway that goes up it, and their house is up on the hill. You probably can't even see it because the sun is not doing it justice. This one on my right, really nice house. I would say that's elevated at least 20 feet. Check this one out. This is the one that we passed earlier, but this is another POV. You see why it's important to get 2 POVs? It gives you another view. You see it? Nice property. And they got the yellow shutters. Again, it has the nice brown stones. Beautiful, beautiful house. All right, Banyan Drive. This is where we went through earlier. So now this is the same block that we started on, but it's from a different POV, different point of view. We're coming towards it versus the way we were going. This is basically exiting this little community versus entering. But I'm gonna go this way so that you guys can see it before we work our way back around. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn here. That's that gentleman on my left. You probably can't see him, but it looks like he brought 2 dogs out. He was doing sunbathing. There's another lost cat sign here. So they hit this whole community with the lost cat sign. All right, we're going uphill. There's a lot of steep hills in the area. A lot of steep hills. We could keep going straight, but I'm gonna go left. We already came from here also. This is basically going the opposite way, but we missed the turn in the beginning, so I'm gonna go explore that little area before we go behind us, which is gonna go a little deeper into the neighborhood. Now, this isn't so much like a gated community or private community where you need a passcode or something to enter. You can literally just drive into this community, but it's away from all the other communities and neighborhoods here. And not far from here is the commercial storefront area, so we'll probably top it off with that so you guys can take a look at it, see what type of stores and resources they have nearby. Now we're going uphill again. This house on my right is nice too. Look at it. Ooh, that one's nice. Pretty cool. Oh wow, this is private property, so check it out. This long driveway goes to the house in front of us, so we can't really go any further. Matter of fact, rather than reversing this way, because we're not gonna get a really charming view, I'm gonna reverse the other way. The McGowans or the McGowans. I would say McGow. That's a really nice property you guys got there, buddy. I like it. So, pretty interesting architecture. On the right half, it's like cut off almost. It's not symmetrical. And you got this house sitting right next to it, so that's their neighbor. Do you guys mind neighbors? Are these neighbors too close for you? Are these neighbors too far for you? What do you think about this neighborhood? All right, let's go through here, come around the long way, because we already went left. We came from in front of us. We went straight. We went left. We went right. Let's go straight one more block, come back around, and then we'll go in a little deeper. We'll make a complete stop here. We're on Regal Drive in Terrelyn. Terrelyn, we entered from our right. We already went to all these little blocks, but entering from another point of view gives you more visibility of what the neighborhood has visibly to offer. You see, now you can see the house in front of us a little bit better. They got their Easter decorations out. I see lime green, or I should say like a pea green, a lavender purple, and a baby pink bunny. They got bunnies out front of their property. We have a young woman walking her 3 dogs. Wow. Well, I'll tell you something. Whoever owns dogs in this neighborhood, 4 dogs. Wow. Whoever walks dogs in this neighborhood has plenty. Wow, there was a house tucked away all the way on my right, like a football field in. Now, you couldn't even see it. Yeah, whoever has dogs in this neighborhood, there's plenty of land for them to run around on, right? Look at this driveway in front of us. This is one of the driveways that I said that we couldn't actually go up because that goes to private property. So do you guys like driveways that have mud? I'm not a big fan, I'll be completely honest with you. A driveway like that, I mean, I would prefer at least throw gravel Just so you're not driving on mud every time. Every time you wash your vehicle, then you exit, you got mud on your tires. You go to the car wash, you wash your vehicle, you go back home, you park it up with mud and dust on your tires. Because Armor and all that is going to attract more dust and mud. So we're going to make this right-hand turn on Terraland Drive at the intersection of Banyan Drive and Terraland Drive. We're now on Terraland. I'm going to turn on the air conditioner a bit also so it can keep our device cool because it's in direct sunlight and it's a bit warm in here. So please excuse the external ambience from the air conditioner. I'm sure some of you guys are wondering what's the crime like in this community and the surrounding area. Well, unfortunately, areavibes.com doesn't have any crime stats for Richland Township, PA. However, we can read some news articles that were reported in the area to get an idea of what's going on. Not far from here, I say about a 3-4 minute drive away on the main commercial strip, there's a supermarket. We'll pass it shortly. And there's an article that reads from the Tribune, Salix man charged with threatening mass shooting in township, police say. Adams Township Police charged Dylan James Schaefer, 25 years old, of the 100 block of Taylor Lane with terroristic threats with intent to terrorize. So basically, this young man was on his video game in a live chat with his gamer friends, and I guess he worked at that supermarket, and he said some pretty rough things during that live chat, and one of the players who were playing with him reported him because he sounded fairly serious, and he ended up getting picked up by the police, and he's being charged with terroristic threats. We have another article that's by WJAC that reads, Judge upholds bail denial for Salix man accused of threatening mass shooting on Xbox. So he was playing Xbox. That was his game of choice. We have the WTAJ reporting Johnstown man charged in armed robbery of Richland Township business on February 11, 2025, which was not long ago, less than a month ago. A Johnstown man is facing charges after allegedly robbing a Richland Township business at knife point, taking over $12,000 before fleeing. Take a look at this block, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the houses. Look at the picturesque view directly in front of us. You can see the farmlands from afar. Look at this house right here on my left. Beautiful property. I love the driveways. Some people have pools in their backyards. There's a no outlet on my right hand side, but I'm gonna go through it so that you can see this little cul-de-sac that they got going on here. This is Partridge Court. I guess it's not considered a cul-de-sac. It's probably considered a court. Wow, but look at the view from afar. I don't know if the naked eye from where you're looking at, because some of you guys are probably watching on mobile devices. If you're watching on your television set, you might see the view from afar, but if you look afar at the edge of the screen, you can see all the mountains. I really like these brownstone houses. I'm a big fan of this style. I guess being a city kid, row home raised, that's what a lot of our houses look like growing up. My childhood home is brownstone also, so I'm a fan of that red brick style. Look at that. This right here probably receives little to no traffic. The only people who come to this little court are the people who live here. So we have another article from the WTAJ. Richland bus driver accused by online predator catcher group, police investigating. On February 25th, 2025, the investigation stems from an online exchange in which the group was posing as a minor. The district said they took swift action. Wow, a bus driver in this area. You heard of the accusations being made against them? That's incredible. So it goes to show you, no matter how fancy or how beautiful or how quiet the townships or neighborhoods or cities are, There's always something going on, some sorts of shenanigans. Look at this house on my left. I'm gonna pull to the left. Wow, look at this thing. Looks nice. Beautiful. And they got their Irish decorations out, I guess, for St. Patrick's Day. So we have another article that reads 6 ABC. Wow, Philadelphia 6 ABCs reporting on this. Now this can't be here. No, this isn't here. This isn't. There must be a Richland Township near Philadelphia because it mentions Bucks County and Lansdale police officer. A Lansdale police officer was stabbed in Richland Township. On my left, wow, you got nothing but open fields and farms. It looks nice. And a few communities. Look at this house right here. Again, I'm going to use the vehicle as a tool just so that you guys can see some of these homes. We're on Old Farm Lane. Wow, look at these houses perched up on the side of the hill on my right. The one coming up after this one right here, it's like 50 feet in the air. I'm going to point towards its front lawn, and its front lawn is more like a front hill. Look at this. You see how high that house is right there? They're truly up on the hill. That's a house on the hill for you. So we're going downhill. We're just rolling with gravity. We have another court right here. Deer Run Court. It's a no outlet, but I'm gonna go through it so that you guys can take a look at what it looks like. I see people have in-ground pools in their backyards. Big patios, large decks. Every house appears to be equipped with at least a 2-car garage. All right, we're gonna go around this court. It looks like there's space right here on my left. You see that? That empty greenery or empty rubbish? It looks like you could probably build another home there. Basketball court. That's their little yellow fire pump. You see it on my right-hand side? Fire pump, fire hydrant, whatever you prefer to call it. When you were growing up, what did they call that? Did they call it the fire hydrant or the fire pump? I know when I was growing up, we used to call it the pump, like for short. Like, yo, you're gonna open up the pump? Yo, can you actually pop for the key so he can open up the pump? When we had block captains and all that, or certain people on the block would have the key to open up the fire hydrant, that's what we would call it. I know I mentioned that once and some people said, we've never called it the pump. So what do you call it? Wow. Nice. The only thing I don't like about this block is that it's like downhill. So like, let's say you were riding on a bicycle or you left the car in neutral, you're going down for the count. Like gravity's gonna pull you straight through one of these houses. Seriously. Wow. Pretty nice, pretty nice. All right, so make note that Richland Township is also directly next to Winber. Winber, PA is also one of the nearby towns. If I go right, I'm actually working towards Scalp Ave and Winber. And on my left will be Winber also. I'm gonna take this road, we'll just take it. Just know that this may or may not be wholeheartedly defined as Richland. There's a lot of mine communities around here too. So communities that are connected to the area via mines. Like Mine 42 or example Mine 44, I'm just throwing out numbers, but There's also a lot of communities that are connected to this by mines. I believe they mine coal and who knows what other resources in the area. Like this right here, I believe this right here will be considered Winburn, PA. So Winburn. And we already did a video on Winburn before. If you haven't checked that out, feel free to check it out. Now I'm gonna travel at fairly normal speed just because there's not much to see around here other than bushes and trees and stuff. But when we get back to Scalp Ave, we're gonna top it off at Scalp Ave. Now Scalp Avenue is that commercial district where you can go shopping. Like if you lived in that neighborhood we just left, what places can you go to nearby? Well, as you heard earlier on in the video, one of the biggest malls in the area are a few minutes from here. You have a college nearby, so if you're studying, there's a university nearby. I believe you have Winburn Hospital nearby. There's a hospital in Winburn, which isn't far. Several gas stations, pizzerias, burger joints, supermarkets, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Best Buy, Petco, GameStop, Subway, and so on. There's a few car dealerships too, like Toyota, Ford, Buick, GMC, and so on. There's actually a dealership right here next to us on my left hand side. You guys can't see it because we're gonna go right. So right now we're on Eisenhower. We're gonna make this right hand turn. If we go left, we can work towards one of the neighborhoods called like Ferndale and all of that. That's all connected to Johnstown. But we're gonna go this way. We're gonna make a right on Eisenhower, and we're gonna take this to Scalp Avenue. Coming up, there's a Toyota dealership on my left-hand side. There's a little medical complex on my left, and like dentistry. You can get your teeth done. On my right, there's a bedding factory showroom. Behavioral health services on my left-hand side. And the Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. We got Toyota on our left. We got Beauty Lawn on our right. We got sporting goods discounters on our right-hand side. We have several businesses on my left in the office complex of Eisenhower. On my right, we have Hyundai, the dealership. We have a veterinary on our left, Richland Vet. Chrysler and Dodge on our right, another dealership. We have Pappy's Family Pub on our right, Half Price Tuesday. Fisher's Auto Parts on our left. They got Stromboli's advertised for $4.99 at Pappy's. Past Flynn's Auto Tires, First National Bank on our left. So right now we're on Scalp Avenue. This is about, I would say, 3 blocks away from Theater Drive where we started off at, give or take, like really big blocks. A drive, 2-3 minutes away from that little community. These are some of the resources that you have nearby. On my right, you got a Rite Aid. On our left, we have an Eat and Park. I don't know how many of you guys, especially my folks from Philadelphia, heard of an Eat and Park restaurant, but it's called Eat and Park. They sell all sorts of stuff in there. Breakfast, lunch items. I think they also have a lot of like bakery, baked goods, pies, cakes, cookies. And it's like a dine-in type of deal. You go inside and dine in. We're going to be making this left-hand turn. We're on Eisenhower Boulevard and Scalp Avenue. On my right, I see an Ollie's. An Ollie's, which is a store. There's a Little Caesars. I see Little Caesars. We're going to turn left. That's a gigantic hill in front of us. It'll take you to Walmart if you keep going straight. We got a Get-Go gas station. We have a Tobacco Hut on our right. Sheetz gas station. Regular gas is going for $3.55 per gallon. We have a Big Lot store. A Giant Eagle on our right. A Hibachi. A Chipotle. Dunkin' Donuts. So on our left is the Holiday Inn and also the Market Basket. That's the supermarket that the young man threatened to shoot up on my left-hand side. There's a supermarket right here on my left. There's a sign. We're not going to be able to go to the supermarket, but it's behind the banks. You have Somerset Trust Bank and InFirst National Bank. Well, right here on my left-hand side is called a Market Basket. That's where the young man threatened to do the shooting at. So we're within the vicinity of, that's fairly close to that community. On my right, you actually have the entrances to the highways that we mentioned in the beginning. You can go to Somerset. If you go left, if you get on the highway, you can head towards like Holzapfel, PA, Jerome, PA, and so on. Stoystown, PA. And if you go right, you'll head towards like Ebensburg and all of that. South Fork and so on. See, 23 miles from Somerset on our left. There's a fire department on our right. Now I'm traveling at normal speed because this is a pretty high speed street. We have Jiffy Lube on our left, Wendy's on our right, Gruss Electronic Repair on our left, and Arby's on our right. We're gonna come up towards a few plazas which have like eateries and like Chinese restaurants. And there's a Hispanic restaurant here, Dollar Tree, CVS, Domino's Pizza, Sherwin-Williams, Szechuanese Chinese restaurant, beer and tobacco, Geistown Glass. So we're actually getting closer towards a neighborhood and or township called Geistown. So we're not going to go too far in, but I just wanted to show you this little strip right here. Domino's on our left, the Kia dealership on our right, Long John Silver's on our right. That's another one that we don't have in Philadelphia. For all you guys who like seafood, we have Papa John's in front of us, McDonald's, Taco Bell. From afar, I can see Advanced Auto Parts on our left and AutoZone on our right. Now, this would be equivalent to in Philadelphia. If you're a Philadelphia resident, how can I compare this little strip right here? I would compare it to our Aramingo Avenue. If you're from Philly and you know Aramingo, then you know what I'm talking about. Where you go to Aramingo and there's all the stores on the left, on the right, the little plazas. Now, obviously, Aramingo Avenue is a little bit more ratchet. Ratchet, aka ghetto, than this area right here. This is a bit more quiet and reserved. There's a lot more senior citizens in this area. A lot of these plazas and a lot of just the drivers on our left and on our right, they're seniors. Not all of them, but a high amount of them. We have a Monroe Muffler and Brake on our right, Wolf Furniture on our left. So now we're passing Taco Bell, McDonald's, Advanced Auto Parts on our left, AutoZone on our right, Pizza Hut on our left. So we already passed the Caesar's Pizza, Domino's Pizza, now we got Pizza Hut. And I think Pappy's also has their own pizza also. So there's like mom and pop joints. You got M Subs on our right. You got Meadows Ice Cream. I heard M Subs, from what I heard, I've never eaten there, but they said that it's better than Subway. Mr. Muffler on our left, which is a muffler shop. A beauty salon on our right. KFC on our right, a self-serve car wash on our left, First Commonwealth Bank on our right, Nico's restaurant on Scalp Ave on our right. So as you can see, there's a lot of businesses in the area. So although you're in the country-esque environment, you're in the suburbs, you're only a few minutes drive away from what you want and or need. There's also, I believe, on my left-hand side, there is a Harbor Freight. Yeah, Harbor Freight Tools. Right here in this plaza on my left-hand side. It's actually like lower than us. I don't know if you can see it just over the barrier, but there's a Harbor Freight, a Dollar General. There's a Pools and Spa store. On our right, we're coming up to a Subway. Speaking of Subway, we got Watami, Japanese food on our left. Watami is where you can get like Japanese cuisine. And speaking of cuisine, you got Osaka cuisine also. So there's 2 Asian restaurants right here. So we already went through like 3 or 4 Asian restaurants we passed already. So there's a wide variety of things. And there's even a Tantalize. If you're into tanning, there's a tanning place on our right. An Enterprise. You can rent cars here in the area. There's a sign on our left that reads, Best Fish Fridays in Town. Tap 814, Speakeasy. Open for lunch at 1 a.m. and they are now hiring. Pro Body, Nutrition and Supplement on our right. And so on. And now if you keep on going straight, we're actually technically we're in Geisttown, because you'll see a business right here on my left that reads Geisttown Auto Tags. But Geisttown and Richland, they kind of share some of the same businesses and whatnot. So it's okay for us to at least take a little peek here. Advantage Repair Auto Sales and so on. Now if we keep on going straight, we'll end up going towards one of the neighborhoods in Johnstown. Or you can go left and also end up in another neighborhood in Johnstown. Or you can go right and go away from the area. So this is a little roundabout. We're going to end it off right here at the roundabout. It'll take you to Bedford Street. We got Young American Furniture directly in front of us. On my right from afar, there's a pizzeria, mom and pop shop on my right. And if you go right, that's Bedford Street. That'll take you to Johnstown, but we don't want to go to Johnstown right now. We have a gas station on our right, and Cernix, ATVs, off-road vehicles, parts and repair, and more. And we passed Salvatore's Pizza.